This story that I want to tell you now happened in Abia State between two pastors. One of the pastors' name is Prosper, while the other one's name is Kelechi Blessed. Kelechi and Prosper started their friendship when they were still in secondary school. So when they finished their schools, they started ministry, I mean church. They started their churches differently. So each of them had his own church. So one day, Pastor Blessed met Pastor Prosper, telling Pastor Prosper that his church is not moving as he thought it could be moving as at that time. So Pastor Prosper told him that he has a place that he will take him to, that if he go that place, that he's going to get solution to that he's going to start having members. So one day they prepared and went to that place. It was in Ogun State. They met a native doctor there, and that native doctor told Pastor Blessed that he's going to make a sacrifice, and that sacrifice will be yearly. So after they finished discussing with the native doctor, they both came back to their base in Abia State. So after a while, the church of Pastor Blessed started booming. People started coming. He started performing miracle, started doing everything that is expected from man of God. People not knowing that the power wasn't from God. They don't know that he's already using other powers. So but they kept coming to his church because of the miracle that he normally performs as at that time. So people started coming to the extent that his church grew to 200 members. So even other pastors used to call him if they are hosting crusades and seminars, such likes, they will call Pastor Blessed to come there and pray for people. So one day, Pastor Blessed and one of his church members, whose name is Ruth Andrew. Ruth Andrew was said to be the woman leader of his church. So, and you know that type of a thing, he normally moves around with her. One day, around 11 p.m., it was dated 2018, October 11, at about 11 p.m., Pastor Blessed brought Mrs. Ruth to her house. So after she came to her house, because the woman leader of his church, whose name is Ruth Andrew, had 3 children, because she was married before, but then she is a single mother. She divorced with her first husband. So she came to her house that day with Pastor Blessed. She picked something and entered Pastor Blessed's vehicle. Her daughter was around then. So she entered the car and then they went out again. So when it was already midnight, her eldest daughter started calling her number to know why she's not yet home. So, but it was Pastor Blessed that picked the number and told her that the mother is with him, that when they finish, that they are doing a program, that when they finish, the mother will come back. The girl said okay, maybe went to bed with her little siblings. The following day, she still did not see her mother. She continued calling the mother's phone number, and the mother's phone number by then was not reachable. And she started calling Pastor Blessed's own number, and Pastor Blessed's own number was also not reachable. So the girl became stranded. So she went to Pastor Blessed's house. When she came there, everywhere was locked. So she became confused. Even by the time I am telling you, it's already like about 2 or 3 days and even church members were worried because the program they supposed to have in their church did not hold, and even the assistant pastor, whose name is kïïlléd, did not come for the church program. So both the pastor and the assistant pastor and the woman leader, three of them were not seen in the church. So the program that was supposed to hold in his church did not hold. Nobody knew what was wrong. Before their numbers stopped being reachable, some of the church members have called Pastor Blessed, and he told them the same thing he told the daughter of Mrs. Ruth. So after a while, his number was not reachable. All of them became stranded. When the daughter of Mrs. Ruth went to Pastor Blessed's house, everywhere was locked. So she became afraid and went to police and told the police everything that happened, that her mother went out the previous days with Pastor Blessed, and up till then that her mother have not come back, and the mother's number is no longer reachable, and even Pastor Blessed's number is not reachable. So police followed her to Pastor Blessed's house. When they came there, everywhere was locked. So they knocked, nobody was answering, and they broke the door. When they broke the door, they found out that Pastor Blessed's body, the assistant pastor's body, and the Mrs. Ruth's body was on the floor in the house of Pastor Blessed, already kpied. All of them were kpied already. So the police started looking around the house. They found out that almost all the properties in the house have been taken away. They suspected that maybe it was robbers that came. So they started investigation. During the investigation, someone came to the police and gave a report that he saw the SUV Infinity that belonged to Pastor Blessed in a mechanic workshop. So when the person said that to the police followed him to the mechanic workshop, and on reaching there, they saw the mechanic engineer, and they started asking him who brought this car here. He explained to them, so they ordered him to call the person that brought the car and tell the person that the car have been fixed so he can come and carry it. So that was what the mechanic man did. He called the man Pastor Prosper, because it was him that brought the car. So, and told him that he should come and carry the car, that it have been fixed. Then Pastor Prosper came that place just to carry the car, and the police arrested him. When the police arrested him, they started interrogating him, and he explained everything to them, that he's the one that took Pastor Blessed to where he got the power he's using in his church, and since then he has been ignoring him. He hasn't been answering his call. That it was one day that he called him, that he picked call, and he told him that he want to see him. That day was the day that Pastor Blessed allowed him to come closer to him, that he told him where he was, that he was in a supermarket buying things, that he should come there. So he went to that supermarket. So Pastor Blessed even bought him some certain things that day, that he followed Pastor Blessed to his house that day. That was his first day to know where he was living. So after that, he went back and called the three people that he came to his house with, the three people that he carried the operation with. He went and called them for the job and told them what he wanted them to do for him. That he never wanted to buy anybody, that he only wanted to deal with him and take some of his things. So, but he was surprised that he came there. After a while, Pastor Blessed and his assistant pastor and the woman leader of his church came in, and it happened that the assistant pastor knew who he was, and even the woman leader, that he became angry by them knowing who he was. That was what led him to buy them too. So that it was what made him to buy the assistant pastor together with the woman leader and the Pastor Blessed himself, that those ones that he wasn't angry with them, but he's afraid that because they know whom he is, that they are going to expose him. That was the reason that made him to buy them too. So the police now arrested him, and he showed the police the three other men, and he explained to the police that the money that he got from Pastor Blessed's house, that he gave them to his wife, that even the television that was in Pastor Blessed's house, that he took the television to his father, but his father rejected the television, telling him that he knew whom he is, that he cannot afford that television. Then he took the television to his in-law, the father to his wife. So then police arrested him, but up to this moment we have not heard that he has been sentenced or that he has been tried. No news from that case since then. If Pastor Prosper was that eager to have money as Pastor Blessed, why didn't him do what he showed Pastor Blessed to do? Though I'm not in support or I'm not endorsing what he did, because I know people that does that type of thing are never Christians. Talk more of being a pastor. They only have that name pastor as a title. They were never pastors. So, but if he was that eager to become as rich as his friend Pastor Blessed, why didn't he do that thing that Pastor Blessed did? Why did he got so jealous of him to the extent of buying him? Why didn't he do his own? Or is he afraid to do the sacrifice he was told to do? But he is not afraid to eat money that comes from such acts. Two of them were never good pastors, because no good pastor will go to any native doctor. Thanks for watching.